How do you see third-party data in terms of market research can benefit smaller companies in terms of raising funds?
Yeah, well, one area, I'm not surprised you asked that question, but one of the areas where we don't see it being used enough is around product launches. When you have a smaller company, oftentimes their entire fundraising and their whole story is about, I have a new thing that the market really needs. And they tend to back it up with more anecdotal data. And I assume you've had a similar experience where you're seeing, they could raise $20–30 million and they're not spending, a fraction of that to make sure that they get the launch right. Like, this is the grand opening of a restaurant, right? You've got to get it right, because I'm sure there's a lot of robust projections behind that. So you wouldn't want to stumble out of the gate. That's one area where it's just not the way small companies, I assume big companies probably have a lot more of a sophisticated machinery around that. And I'm sure they're all clients, but in the smaller areas, I would think that's a big one. Because that timing and being able to get that launch right, and then if you're raising more money later, this is all, it just kind of flows, it flows naturally. And we've used your products in the past for diligence and encouraged some of our companies to use it. And just the ability to get access to, for me, my background, I've been in this field for a while, but I'm not a practitioner, right? I don't use the products. For me to get access to 100 practitioners and get quick feedback on that is better than, calling a colleague that I've known for years and say, hey, what do you think about this? That's one opinion, and probably somebody who hasn't held a pipette in years versus people who are, doing this every day. So that's always been unique for us, unique tool for us to use and think about.